Howdy folks, this is Shane. Today we're doing an epic Klon / Centaur / Ponyboy / Tumnus bit of a shootout going on right here. We have 6 particular pedals. Starting from the big red pedal, we have the Klon KTR. This is an actual Klon. Below it we have the Wampler Tumnus pedal, which is one of the most popular pedals right now in terms of Klon clones. Then we have the Chellee Ponyboy, which is maybe the most underrated Klon clone of all time in my opinion. These are an absolute bargain. I'll get into each of these in a sec as we go. We have the Savage from Anasounds. Now this particular pedal is Klon inspired, but it isn't actually 100% clone, but it is heavily inspired from the Klon. It has its own vibe going on. I really dig it. Up next we have the Archer Ikon from Rockett Audio Design. Now this particular pedal is essentially a Klon clone as well, except it's built extremely well, much like most of the other ones as well. Up next we have the KLON Centaur pedal, which is made in China and it's built extremely well. You open it up, you have no idea it's made in China. That's the kind of quality. The jacks and stuff aren't quite as good as the rest of the pedals. In terms of tone, we'll let your ears do the deciding. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a rhythm loop on my Maton Mastersound electric guitar. We're gonna be on the bridge pickup. I'm gonna play some stuff, loop it, turn each of the pedals on at 12 o'clock, play some lead, and then we'll swap up the settings and swap up the riff as well. So here we go. So there you go, that's one pass through all of them. I think they all sound pretty similar in the room. At 12 o'clock there's some volume variations on a couple of the pedals. It sounds to me like the Archer and the KLON Central, so these two over here, aren't quite the same volume with everything set at 12. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the volume slightly to make sure we get a fair test. And I'm also going to crank up the gain and the tone controls a little bit as well as swap guitars. So let's do it. Let's have a quick talk about each of these pedals now, just briefly. The advantage I see of the KLON is it actually has a buffered bypass and a true bypass switch on the side. So you can select it no matter if you like true bypass or buffered, you have that option available on the outside of the pedal. It's a really handy thing. One downside I see of this is the fact it's quite large. A lot of people don't like pedals that take up too much space. It's not huge, but it is a little bit bigger than, say, your conventional size pedal like the Ponyboy. One of the advantages of the KLON though, it also has rear mounted jack inputs. I kind of like that now on pedals. I've kind of changed my mind about that over the years. It means you can stack this right next to another pedal and save some space that way, as opposed to having cables bunched up from beside the pedal, if that makes sense. The Klon KTR cost me a pretty penny, but it didn't actually cost me anywhere near as much as what a KLON Centaur would, and it never will. It's a PCB based version of the KLON. What can I say? It works well, absolutely. Up next we have the Wampler Tumnus. This is a great KLON inspired pedal. It pretty much does exactly what this does, except it has maybe a little bit more low end coming through the sound. It also, to my ear, at least in the room, with the particular settings that I had it on, sounded like there might have also been a little bit more top end. I actually have this on my pedal board right now. It's a great size. I love the fact I can just fit it in and there's no problems with my, pedal board junior. It's quite small. Arguably the best value for money out of all of these would be this one. This is the Chellee Ponyboy. It's made in Florida in the USA. It's handmade and it's only around 99 bucks. I could be wrong, it might be 109, somewhere around there. For that price in the US, you're getting a great pedal. I had the switch to the left, which is allowing all of the high end to pass through, but if you want to shave off a little bit of tops, you can flip that switch to the other side and it will sort of roll out some of that extra tops. Out of all of these pedals, for value for money versus what you're buying, the Ponyboy is an absolutely great option. Not to say the other ones aren't, because they're great pedals, and like I said, I'm using the Wampler Tumnus right now on my board. The difference in price is quite a lot between all of these, so Google them in your local area and you'll see what I mean. Up next is the Anasounds Savage pedal. I really dig it. It's a little bit darker sounding than the rest of the KLONs to my ear. It also has some internal trim pots you can modify as well. I've left it as it was as it turned up to my house, and it's a great KLON inspired pedal. It does things just a little bit differently. Visually, it kind of captures the vibe and kind of takes it to the next level. Out of all of these pedals, I would say this is probably the prettiest out of all of them. There's no doubt about it. I love the wood paneling thing on the top as well. Up next is the Archer Ikon pedal. This is actually my friend Rick's pedal, so thanks Rick for allowing me to demo this. I absolutely appreciate it in doing this shootout. The Archer Ikons aren't that cheap, at least here in Australia. For the same price, you could pretty much go out and buy any one of these two, or probably 2 or 3 of these. So that's the kind of difference in the price. The advantage of it though is it's built extremely well. I really dig the small enclosure. It actually weighs quite a lot for such a small pedal. If you want to save some space and you're not into the mini pedals, the Archer Ikon would definitely be a great way to go. It's actually smaller than this pedal right here. It would come up to about here in terms of length. Lastly, we have the KLON Central KLON Centaur pedal. For a Chinese-made pedal, they're built extremely well. Open the back up and have a look and you'll be shocked. While the input jacks on the KLON Central don't match the quality of any of these other pedals, it's actually extremely good for what you're gonna buy. You can find them on eBay and also on Amazon. I'll post some links in the description to all of these pedals and you can check them out if you so choose. Please let me know if you have a KLON or a KLON clone or an original KLON Centaur. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please let me know which one you like the best and why as well. I think they're all kind of great. You can never have too many KLONs, right? Thanks again for watching, folks, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the bell for future notifications from my channel. If you want to see demos on any of these, I'll also post up links in the cards as well as the description as well. Thanks again for watching, folks, and I'll catch you all soon. See ya.